Hello and welcome to the latest episode of AI Report. I'm Shweta Kothari filling in for Karthik Malhotra, bringing you all the details and all the breakthroughs in the world of artificial intelligence. First up, starting with the AI Summit in the national capital. The AI Impact Summit 2026, hosted by India in the national capital in New Delhi this week, came with a host of mega announcements from who's who of global leaders and the heads of global tech landscape. We start with Prime Minister Modi, who began by announcing the MANAV vision of India, poised to become an important link for the welfare of humanity in the AI-based world of the 21st century. Listen in.
आज न्यू दिल्ली एआई इम्पैक्ट समिट में मैं एआई के लिए MANAV मानव विजन प्रस्तुत करता हूं। मानव का अर्थ होता है ह्यूमन, और मानव विजन कहता है M मोरल एंड एथिकल सिस्टम्स, यानी एआई एथिकल गाइडेंस पर आधारित हो। ए अकाउंटेबल गवर्नेंस, यानी ट्रांसपेरेंट रूल्स, रोबस्ट ओवरसाइट। एन नेशनल सॉवरेनिटी, यानी जिसका डेटा उसका अधिकार। ए एक्सेसिबल एंड इंक्लूसिव, यानी एआई मोनोपोली नहीं, मल्टीप्लायर बने। वी वैलिड एंड लेजिटिमेट, यानी एआई लॉफुल और वेरीफाइबल हो। भारत का ये मानव विजन 21वीं सदी की एआई आधारित दुनिया में मानवता के कल्याण की अहम कड़ी बनेगा।
And among all the important world leaders who spoke at the AI Summit, Google CEO Sundar Pichai spoke of putting Vishakhapatnam on the global AI map via the America-India Connect that would connect India to the rest of the world via subsea connectivity. Here's an excerpt from his address.
Back when I was a student, I often took the Coromandel Express train from Chennai up to IIT Kharagpur. To get there, we passed through Vishakhapatnam, Vizag. I remember it being a quiet and modest coastal city brimming with potential. Now in that same city, Google is establishing a full-stack AI hub, part of our $15 billion infrastructure investment in India. When finished, this hub will house gigawatt-scale compute and a new international subsea cable gateway, bringing jobs and cutting-edge AI to people and businesses across India. We're also building a vast network of subsea fiber optic cables, including 4 new systems between the US and India, as part of our America-India Connect initiative announced yesterday.
And Tata Group's Chandrashekharan announced the Tata Group's partnership with OPENAI to develop India's first AI-dedicated data center of the magnitude of 1 gigawatts. Take a look.
The Tata Group is establishing India's first large-scale AI-optimized data center, purpose-built for the next generation AI training and inference. I'm very happy to announce that we have partnered with OpenAI to build the first 100 megawatt capacity, which will scale to 1 gigawatt. And we made an announcement with AMD yesterday, where we will combine the world-class AI rack architecture with Tata's strength in infrastructure, engineering, power, and solution capabilities to create a sustainable high-density AI capacity in India for global standards. The third, we are already building an AI data insights platform. Minister Ashwini articulated the layers of data architectures. What we are building is totally based on diverse Indian data sets on top of the foundational models. So intelligence becomes available across the diversity of Indian contexts. And the fourth, TCS and our other company, Tata Communication, together, we are building an AI operating system for industries. What we will do is to build agentic industry solutions for every industry. We are already well on that journey, and we will work with partners to be able to launch it and take it to all enterprises around the globe. And finally, again, I want to thank the vision of our Prime Minister, which made it possible for us to make a serious foray into chips and semiconductors. What we will do next is to build chips that are very domain-centric, which will be totally AI optimized for every industry, and we will first launch or work towards getting it ready for the automotive sector.
And OpenAI Sam Altman spoke of at length of the global need for democratization of AI and India's place in the new setup. Take a look.
We believe that democratization of AI is the only fair and safe path forward. Democratization of AI is the best way to ensure that humanity flourishes. On the other hand, centralization of this technology in one company or country could lead to ruin. The desirable future a couple of decades from now has got to look like a world of liberty, democracy, widespread flourishing, and an increase in human agency. Some people want effective totalitarianism in exchange for a cure for cancer. I don't think we should accept that trade-off, nor do I think we need to. AI should extend individual human will. We'll probably need superintelligence to help us figure out the new governance mechanisms to ensure that this happens fairly at scale, and to avoid problems like extremely unbalanced compute access or something else. Second, we believe that AI resilience is a core safety strategy. We don't mean that this is the only safety strategy. We will continue to need to build safe systems and solve difficult technical alignment challenges. But increasingly, we need to start broadening how we think about safety to include societal resilience. No AI lab, no AI system can deliver a good future on their own. For an obvious example, there'll be extremely capable biomodels available open source that could help people create new pathogens. We need a society-wide approach about how we're going to defend against this. And third, the future of AI is not going to unfold exactly like anyone predicts. And we believe that many people need to have a stake in shaping the outcome. The development of AI has already held many surprises, and I assume there are bigger ones to come. We understand that with technology this powerful, people want answers. But it's important to be humble about what we don't know, and always remember that sometimes our best guesses are wrong. Most of the important discoveries happen when technology and society meet, sometimes have some friction, and co-evolve. For example, we don't yet know how to think about some superintelligence being aligned with dictators and totalitarian countries. We don't know how to think about countries using AI to fight new kinds of war with each other. We don't know how to think about when and whether countries are going to have to think about new forms of social contracts. But we think it's important to have more understanding and society-wide debate before we're all surprised.
And on to Anthropic's Dario Amodie, who announced opening up of Anthropic's new office in Bengaluru and their tie-up with Infosys. Here's an excerpt of his address.
As a sign of our commitment, we just this week opened an office in Bengaluru and hired Irina Ghosh, who has spent 3 decades building businesses in India as our managing director for Anthropic India. We've also announced partnerships with major Indian enterprises this week, including Infosys and others. On the opportunities, one dynamic that we have observed is that technology and practices pioneered in India have historically set a standard for the global South. and have helped to diffuse technology and humanitarian benefits through the Global South. We're therefore we have been partnering with for several months, nonprofits such as the XSTEP Foundation, Pratham, and Central Square Foundation to use our models to advance digital infrastructure, education, agricultural efficiency, and health, in the hopes of spreading AI's benefits across the Global South, starting with India and diffusing out to the rest of the Global South. We're also partnering with Karya and the Collective Intelligence Project to build evaluations and metrics of our model Claude's performance on India's many regional languages. On practical and locally relevant tasks, we'll benchmark like agriculture, legal tasks, and educational content. On the risks, India is the world's largest democracy and can be a partner and leader in addressing the global security and economic risks of the technology. We'd like to work with India on testing and evaluation of models for safety and security risks in the tradition that was started by many global and national AI security institutes that have been stood up around the world.
And Reliance's Mukesh Ambani made some big announcements at the summit, explaining how Reliance and Jio plan to bring AI to every Indian at an affordable price, just as they did with data some years ago. Take a look.
From the podium of this summit today, I want to make a bold prediction. India will emerge as one of the greatest AI powers in the world in the 21st century. With equal humility, I would like to announce that Jio will play an even bigger role in India's AI transformation. Today, on behalf of the Reliance Group and Jio Intelligence, I want to make 3 announcements. Announcement 1, Jio connected India to the internet era. Jio will now connect India to the intelligence era. We will deliver intelligence to every citizen, every sector of the economy, and every facet of social development and every service of government. Jio will do so with the same reliability, quality, scale, and extreme affordability that transformed connectivity. India cannot afford to rent intelligence. Therefore, we will reduce the cost of intelligence as dramatically as we did the cost of data. Announcement 2. Jio, together with Reliance, will invest 10 lakh crores over the next 7 years, starting this year. This is not speculative investment. It is not for chasing valuation. This is patient, disciplined, nation-building capital designed to create durable economic value and strategic resilience for decades to come. Distinguished participants, the biggest constraint in AI today is not talent or imagination. It is scarcity and high cost of compute. Therefore, here is my 3rd announcement. Jio Intelligence will build India's sovereign compute infrastructure through 3 bold initiatives. 1, gigawatt scale data centers. We already started construction on multi-gigawatt AI-ready data centers at Jamnagar. Over 120 megawatts will come online in the second half of 2026 this year, and a clear path to gigawatt scale compute for training and large-scale inference. 2, our green energy advantage. We have an in-house energy advantage with up to 10 gigawatts of ready green power, surplus anchored by solar in both Kutch and Andhra Pradesh. 3, a nationwide edge compute. An edge compute layer deeply integrated with Jio's network will make intelligence responsive, low latency, and affordable, close to where Indians live, learn, and work.
And finally, French President Emmanuel Macron, after closing a host of defense deals in India in Mumbai, spoke of the joint journey France has embarked with India with respect to AI. Take a look.
Last year, when France and India co-hosted the AI Action Summit in Paris, we set a global guiding principle for technologies that would transform our societies and our economies. We said then artificial intelligence will be an enabler for our humanity, to innovate faster, to disrupt healthcare, energy, mobility, agriculture, public services, for the good of mankind. Both of us, we do believe in this revolution. 1 year ago, the landscape started to shift. The US announced Stargate, China launched DeepSeek, AI has become a major field of strategic competition, and big tech got even bigger. And a lot of them are in this room and still accelerated during the last year. AI, GPU, chip tensions are now directly translated in geopolitical and macroeconomic terms. Sometimes for the best, sometimes for the worst, I have to say. But clearly 1 year ago, we demonstrated something else. Hegemony from any quarter is not a fatality. There is a path for innovation, independence, and strategic autonomy. And this path, I'm convinced, is one of the countries like France and India must take together. And we've already achieved a lot. If we speak about models, you perfectly described the acceleration and the diversity of this model. India made a deliberate sovereign choice. SML, small language models. Task-specific, designed to run on a smartphone. And India built the first government-funded AI and deployed 38,000 GPUs at the cheapest rate to every startup in the country, as you perfectly described, Mr. Minister. India chose granular and smart, and Europe chose sovereign and scaled. But both chose independence, and both were right.
And those were the highlights of India AI Summit here in the national capital, a 5-day-long extravaganza bringing together the best minds of artificial intelligence.